Aga Tompkins. Welcome to my channel. Today we're talking Artisan Crusty bread. It's gonna be delicious, I promise. So stay tuned and watch me do this makeup look with the little hearts. Bam. So I wanted to do an episode again on a bread that I talked about on the first ever Food and Beauty, but I put a little twist on it. So the first ever Food and Beauty, I did not have video of me making the food. I just did my makeup and told you guys the recipe, and that's kind of how it began. I was honestly inspired by Bailey Sarian because she's so like legit and real, and she does what she wants to do. She's just living her best life, doing her makeup, talking about things she enjoys or likes. Her favorite stuff is that. My favorite stuff is I love cooking, baking. I kind of use two of my passions, and bam, that girl inspired me. And I honestly don't know that I would have thought of this if it wasn't for her combo of ideas. So the first episode I did, I actually just did my makeup and talked about this bread. Then I've evolved and decided it's more fun looking at these videos when you get to see the things being made. And so I kind of combined the two and splattered them together like this, because literally that's what I do when I film them. I have to put the different pieces like that. But with that being said, I wanted to redo this bread, and I did a Valentine's Day version with a little heart. It's cute. Yeah, and I did my makeup with little hearts. I apologize for my background. We're working out there on our hallway, and I'm just living my life, and this is it. It's in the middle of working, so I'm not cleaning this up to pretend like it's not happening. So you guys get the real deal. Check out this recipe and check out this makeup look. First, I'm gonna use this E1 color here, and that's just gonna go all over here. Just bring it on. I'm going kind of hardcore with it, like just do it. Like even up into the brow area and just out and about, have fun. And now I'm gonna use the E5, and that's actually gonna go on my other eye. So they aren't gonna be matchy-matchy, which I know is weird for some people, but just have fun. Guys, I literally forgot to start telling you what to do with this recipe, and I already started my makeup. This is my life right now. First of all, that's in shambles. I already started my makeup, and you guys don't know how to make this bread, and I don't know what I'm doing. So here we go. Let's try this again, okay? First, put on this eyeshadow, which is the E1, and while you do that, let's pretend you're gonna pour 1.5 cups of water into your measuring place. What a disappointment. Now, the E5 on this eye, and add the packet of the yeast. You want like the fast acting yeast, so use that one. Now start blending these out a little bit, and I would start on the lighter eye first and add a pinch of salt. Bam! Right in there. Oh my God, not salt, sugar, Jesus. You guys, maybe I shouldn't be doing this today. I swear, I don't know why. I'm not doing so good. Don't put salt in there yet. I mean, if you did already put salt, then it's a problem, because salt will deactivate the yeast, so you can't do that. Don't put salt. Sugar, sugar, pinch of sugar. Mix that up and blend this eyeball. You're gonna let that bloom, and I'm gonna use the lighter color on this eye for the bottom, and now I'm gonna use the darker color on this side on the bottom. And in a separate bowl, make sure it's a big bowl, like the biggest bowl you have. Add in 3 cups of flour. Now with a smaller brush, use E4, and you wanna put 2 teaspoons of salt. Mix that up really well. Make sure you mix it real good. And this is just going like in this outer corner. And then do 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Blend this out very gently. Mix that again. And then add 2 teaspoons of rosemary. Mix it again. You're gonna need a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese and you'll add that in there. And mix it again. Now I'm gonna be doing this E3, which is like a glittery, sparkly glitter. This beauty right here. And that's gonna go right in the center here. So once you know that it's bloomed and whatever, pour the liquid mixture into your dry mixture. And use a spoon and mix it all together. You're gonna like keep mixing and mixing it until it becomes one kind of clump almost. Once it's a nice clump, you're going to pick it up out of there. Spray your bowl with oil, or if you don't have like oil spray, you can just pour some oil in there and like rub it around. I do that all the time too. So either way is fine. I've just been spraying lately because I'm extra lazy. What are you gonna do? Pop that sucker back in there and cover it with the lid. And you're gonna be leaving that overnight in a warm place, as in, if there's a draft somewhere, don't put it there. Also, another suggestion, if you don't have like a cover, you can totally use cellophane. That's completely fine. And a good place to put it, as long as you don't forget, which you shouldn't, because this is an activity you're doing, is you can keep it inside your oven overnight with the oven turned off, but there won't be a breeze or anything like that, and it'll just stay in there and be fine. But if you have like a nice little warm-ish place, not hot, you don't want it to be like too hot. I'm actually going more into the center with this because it's just so pretty. I want more of it. I'm gonna do the same glitter and do underneath in the center. And it's morning now. You can remove the lid from your beautiful dough and look at it. You're gonna place parchment paper on, I guess a cutting board or something hard. You can honestly do it right on your counter because it doesn't really matter. I don't know why, but that's how I do it in case I ever have to move it. If I'm not in a warm place, sometimes I move it to like a warmer place, so I like it to be on something hard than not just the parchment paper, but you don't have to do it that way. And now you're gonna put flour onto the parchment paper. Just kind of sprinkle it everywhere. Make sure there's enough so that the dough doesn't get stuck and like, ee. Now I'm gonna use the C1 and that's gonna go right in the corner here. And go ahead and plop the dough right onto that parchment paper with the flour. You can use like a spatula or something, just kind of like, if you keep scraping it from the top, it'll just kind of slowly like blah, out of there. Now you're gonna flour the bread and like flip it over. And you're gonna be tucking it underneath into itself, if that makes any sense. So make sure it's pretty floured so your fingers don't get stuck to it, and start tucking it under itself. Just not too many times, just a little bit, because if you keep folding, it'll start making a hole through the top of it, so you don't wanna do that. So just make sure you're just folding it a couple times, like bam, 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 bam. Done. Now you're gonna cover it with a kitchen towel. Make sure it's really floured well so that the towel doesn't get stuck to the bread. And you're gonna set that aside in a warm place for 1 hour to rise again. After you've been messing with it and stuff, you want it to like rise one more time before you bake it. And you're going to, in the meantime, start your oven preheating to 450 degrees. After half an hour, you're going to place your Dutch oven into the oven, if that makes any sense. So you're essentially preheating your Dutch oven. This is my Dutch oven. It can be anyone. It's essentially like a cast iron pot that has a lid on it. It makes it so much hotter and the humidity stays within this oven. I don't know exactly the science behind it, man. It just works. This is how it makes this bread so crunchy and so good. So you need one of those. Everybody should have one anyway. I promise you guys, it's so worth having. I make other things in it as well. I'll put a link below to one like mine that I recommend. They make all kinds. Preheat that for 30 minutes before your bread is done rising. Now I'm gonna use the pink out of this, the one that's called Good Reef, from my ColourPop collection. And I'm gonna be drawing with that. You're gonna uncover your bread and you're gonna flour it some more right after it's done rising for an hour. And this is where you start cutting your design in. I'm also going to be cutting heart shape into my eyeball for you guys. So keep an eye on me. But this is what you do. You just carve the bread with a razor. I hate when that happens. I do that all the time. They're little half hearts. Sprinkle a little bit of cheese on the center. So now you're going to carefully remove the Dutch oven from the oven. Make sure you're using heat-proof whatever so you don't burn your hands, because you know you're taking it out of the oven obviously, but sometimes when you're not actually baking something in there, you may forget. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't burn yourself. Take it out and make sure you place it on a heat-proof surface, because also remember it's very hot. And so you're gonna place that down, and then you're gonna take the bread on the parchment paper, very carefully put it inside the Dutch oven. You wanna like gently drop it in there. Make sure you don't burn your hands again. And you're gonna use your mitten or whatever you have and put the lid back on there and pop it back into the oven for 30 minutes. You got this. And in the meantime, you can draw this white line. I'm using this ColourPop liquid liner, and I'm gonna draw a really, really thin line just going through the center of this half heart. This is so hard to do, to show you guys at the same time that I draw it. It's real hard. It makes it look like it's glowing. And then do the other eye. So after 30 minutes, you're gonna remove the lid. You're gonna take out your Dutch oven a little bit, remove the lid, look at your bread, check out that heart, and then put it right back in to the oven for 15 more minutes. And now I'm gonna use the pink ColourPop liquid liner in the color Ducky. So let's do that. Okay, I decided I'm gonna have to add white to the upper brow area. Hang tight. Okay, I just added like a nude, but I feel like that'll kind of show it a little more. I think we're gonna have to outline it in white, but I'm just gonna draw the heart with this color just so I have a better concept of where it is. Now I'm gonna take the white and I'm gonna draw the heart. I think on this eye, I'm actually gonna just do a heart down here. I'm not sure if I want to add more things, but so far I like it. I'm gonna crisp up the black with my black liner. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I first started, I got a little nervous because I thought it was gonna look like my New Year's Eve look, but I was like, I better and try to do something different. It's different. Okay, now after 15 minutes, your bread should be ready to just remove from the oven and take it out. You wanna get a rack or something to put on. I use the kitchen towel and then just a regular little rack, and then I let it cool on that for a while before I cut it. I'm gonna add these NYX Vivid Brights right now to add a couple more little hearts. One of them is pink and one of them is red. This one's called Vivid Fire in the red, and this one's called Vivid Petal in the pink. So I'm just gonna freehand and randomly add them to my face. I think I'm gonna add some white freckles. My youngest son has freckles and it's so cute. I just love that he has them. I don't even know exactly where he gets them from because I don't really have any, but freckles are the cutest ever. I'm gonna add the white liner, which is called Exit, on my waterline. And I'm gonna put on some lashes and I will be right back. I lied, I saw this Lemonhead LA glitter and I decided I wanna add that. It is like crazy potent, but I don't think it shows on film as good as it is in person. So hopefully you guys can see it. It really made that heart feel kind of 3D, I guess. So here, I'm gonna do it in this little heart too. Cool, now for real, I'm gonna do lashes and I will be right back. See you soon. And voila, this is my finished makeup look. Hope you guys love it. I love it. It turned out so cute. I put lashes on the bottom to keep the little clippings from the back of my lashes. So I just used those down here, and super fun. I don't know if you guys can kind of see the freckles that are white, but that's it. You can cut up the bread now, and all it really needs is just some butter or plain, whatever you prefer. My family eats it with just a little bit of butter. When I made the bread, I also made them some tomato soup so they can dip it in there, and they got big old chunks of it. And it was delightful, so good. I like the rosemary flavor mixed with the Parmesan. If you hate rosemary, you don't have to put it. If you hate garlic powder, you don't have to put that. You can put your own spin on it and it'll be good. I've done it in so many different ways. I literally look at random ingredients and just pop them in there. I do that the night before always, and I let it sit overnight. It's only a few hours, so if it's something that's gonna go bad in that amount of time, you don't wanna put that in there. But if it's something that won't go bad, like the Parmesan cheese or rosemary, whatever, it's totally fine. So just be careful not to put anything in there that shouldn't sit out for that long, because you don't wanna get sick. Hope you like this recipe and this makeup look. I'm really excited about Valentine's Day for some reason. My nails are little hearts, my face is hearts, you know, I don't know. Why not? All the cutesy lovey stuff. My husband said I look like strawberry shortcake, so I don't know if that's good or bad. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know some of the things you guys like to make for Valentine's Day for treats or dinner or whatever. I would love to try some of your guys' ideas and check it out. Hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. I want to see some of your Valentine's Day makeup looks, so tag me in them. If you have Instagram, I'm Aga Tompkins Beauty, and let me see your Valentine's Day looks. Bye guys, see you later, alligators.